hỡi các đại nghĩa sĩ tân dân chủ, hỡi các anh chị em máu thịt Việt Nam. Chúng ta do dân tộc mà hình thành, vì dân chúng mà đấu tranh. Đứng dậy này, truyền cho đến mãi mãi muôn muôn về sau, là màu mỡ cho đất đai, là kết tụ của tiếng Việt, là tự hào, là di sản cho con cháu. Tinh và hồn luôn luôn cùng sông núi. Sống thì phải cho lẫm liệt, mà thác cũng phải đáng tự hào, bất khuất và hùng anh.
Trân trọng kính mời Đức Quốc công Đào Minh Quân, Tổng thống Việt Nam Cộng hòa đệ tam, cùng tất cả quý đồng nhiệm trong chính phủ quốc gia Việt Nam lâm thời đệ tam Việt Nam Cộng hòa, làm lễ chào quốc kỳ quốc ca Việt Nam Cộng hòa. Bắt đầu.
Cả chú ơi, chào tôi, chào.
Này công dân ơi, đứng lên đáp lời sông núi, đồng lòng cùng đi hy sinh tiếc gì hơn sau, vì tương lai quốc dân cùng sống và khói tinh, làm sao cho núi sông từ nay luôn vững bền, cho thấy phơi trên gương dao.
Chúng tôi trân trọng kính chào Đức Quốc công Đào Minh Quân, Tổng thống Việt Nam Cộng hòa đệ tam, và kính chào quý khán giả. Trân trọng kính mời Đức Quốc công và quý vị cùng chúng tôi nghiêm trang dâng lời cầu nguyện. Chúng con là các thành viên đồng nhiệm của Chính phủ Quốc gia Việt Nam lâm thời đệ tam Việt Nam Cộng hòa. Nguyện xin đấng tối cao, Thượng Đế, Trời Phật và hồn thiên sông núi, các bậc tiền nhân anh hùng dựng nước và giữ nước, xin phù hộ độ trì ban phước lành cho chúng con, xin che chở cho đất nước và đồng bào thân yêu của chúng con được thoát khỏi cộng sản và nạn chiến tranh tàn phá. Xin bảo vệ Đức Quốc công Tổng thống Đào Minh Quân và tất cả những nhà ái quốc chân chính. Xin cho chúng con thêm khôn ngoan, đoàn kết, nhẫn nại, can đảm, sáng suốt để cùng với Chính phủ Quốc gia Việt Nam lâm thời đệ tam Việt Nam Cộng hòa dẫn đưa dân tộc Việt Nam vượt qua cơn hiểm nghèo đến bến bờ hạnh phúc, vinh quang, trường cửu, mọi nhà được an hưởng thái bình, thịnh trị của thời Thượng Ngôn Thánh Đức. Xin gìn giữ và tôi luyện cho chúng con tinh thần Việt Nam chân chính. Sống thì phải cho lẫm liệt, mà thác cũng phải đáng tự hào, bất khuất và hùng anh, đúng theo gương sáng của vị lãnh đạo tinh thần của chúng con đã tuyên xưng.
và chiếu trên khắp quê hương Việt Nam, trưng cầu dân ý sách bóng hung nô tham tàn, chiều chiều người dân hân hoan bầu cho xứng danh, bầu đào minh quân thương dân vì nước quên mình, đoàn kết chung dựng xây tổ quốc ta kiêu hùng, rồi một ngày mai tương lai Việt Nam sáng tươi, một trời hạnh phúc sống thiên đường.
Returning the justice for the Vietnam War. There is one researcher who made a remarkable point about the Vietnam War. We invite you to listen to the article by A. Mathias, one of the winners of the Epoch Times American Hero Contest in 2021. The article is titled Returning the Justice for the Vietnam War. Looking at the Vietnam War, where 58,721 American soldiers died, and more than 10 times as many American soldiers and civilians died in Afghanistan, I think, why didn't the US continue to play an important role in fighting the communists in Vietnam after 1973? Perhaps they have realized that this war has no end. Or have they not found a better way to do it, so they have to accept the current cruel and unpopular Vietnamese communist government? The communists fought without humanism. They are destroying everything in their path, like a tsunami. Meanwhile, the Republic of Vietnam fights through the humanism, taking into account its people, safety, and livelihoods. Even if the Republic temporarily won over the communists with the help of the United States after 1954, but how long can they last? Many people, including the Vietnamese, were still unaware of the communist intentions, and perhaps they were abandoned in their fights for freedom. The communist beast is still alive now and is yearning to eat innocent Vietnamese compatriots. Maybe it was a plan from the US to allow the communists to occupy the rule of Vietnam until a certain period when majority of the Vietnamese people will be fully aware of the true colour of the communist. Only by this price, Vietnamese people could wake up when they see the suffering that was caused more than 45 years when the Vietnamese communists rule against their people. I think this is a very high price to pay. The war in Vietnam is something about the unifying force of the people and that betrayal about the journey of nationalism towards the right destination and against the false destination. It is like taking the wrong bus and ending in the wrong place. This is what happened to Vietnam's national independence and freedom. Vietnam was left in a place where the people and their national cause is not what and where it was supposed to be. It is a place where democracy is scrapped to be replaced with socialism and communism. Vietnam is standing at crossroads. Choose who will bring the best interests of the people. At a time when ideologies are still at stake in societies around the world, the Vietnamese have yet to decide who is the best. These ideologies have yet to be proven or tested. After all, how could the people of Vietnam have known all that was going on? How to understand the will and rights of the people when before this Vietnamese were ruled by the French and is being invaded by China, disregarding who they are and how they should be treated. The impurities in the gold can only be separated when we apply heat to it. All the impurities will get to the surface of the gold liquid and could be easily separated to get pure gold. The Vietnamese communists did not apply the heat to the gold. They refused to separate the impurities, maybe because it was not important to them. They would sell the gold to others at a cheaper price. They are not standing in the interests of the people. The PNGVN, 3rd RVN, is applying heat on the impurified gold. They are bringing out all the dirt which the communists left to produce and giving us pure quality gold, which is higher in value and price. The Vietnamese people are like precious gold, which the PNGVN will produce to be valuable, respected, and looked high upon by all. The person who was prepared for the right moment is Imperial Duke Quan Minh Dao. He was trained by the US and RVN Army and worked to defend Vietnam, both for the ARVN and the US. From 1970 to 1975, he then came to the US and continued his purpose to free Vietnam from communism. He is now the third president of the Republic of Vietnam, elected by Vietnamese people all over the world. Through a digital referendum system, he sued Communist China for using the spy Ho Chi Minh to pretend to be Vietnamese to carry out genocide and rob Vietnam, breaking the 1954 Geneva Agreement and 1973 Paris Agreement, and has caused a lot of damage to Vietnam recently, based on the decision of the International Environmental Court in the United States, number ENC 201215, dated April 14, 2021. He won the case, and the CCP must pay a compensation of $38 trillion. Apart from the 5 oligarchs and their 1 million members who are jointly responsible, he decided to share this victory with the people of the US and Vietnam. I strongly believe that he will be successful to free Vietnam from the evil communist rulership in the name of justice, peace, and love. By A. Mathias. What do you think about Mr. Mathias's point of view? We wonder why we Vietnamese have not had such a frank and positive view of our destiny in the same mind. Let's look at the homeland. We are living normally in an abnormal society. We keep struggling to make a living. We are cowardly, keeping ourselves in the dark of fear. We are losing our freedom from all sides. We have to pay bribes for the honest and peaceful life we are supposed to have. And do we consider that normal? Vietnamese people have to pay rent to use their land or house left by their ancestors or created by their sweat and tears, which is the sovereignty of their ancestors. And they pay taxes to feed their rulers in a vast prison in their homeland. They are not treated like humans in a communist-ruled society. What about overseas Vietnamese? We paid our lives to seek freedom after our land was robbed by the communists. We are also engrossed in our livelihood. We are hoping to earn as much money as possible to bring back home, to bribe the authorities, to reunite with our family, which is supposed to be our right. We accept to become 1,000-mile intestines of atheistic communist bastards. We are allowing them to freely squeeze and tie us, to bleed our dollars for them. And do we consider that normal? Why do we have to accept living as refugees in foreign countries? Why do we have to accept being prisoners and slaves in our own houses and land? We can't say we don't know the news efforts and achievements of the Provisional National Government of Vietnam, the Third Republic of Vietnam, led by one of us, a true Vietnamese, Imperial Duke President Quang Minh Dao, a flame that has always existed, although it sometimes flared up, sometimes smouldered, but never went out. This flame has kept the heroic, indomitable, and the self-reliant spirit of the Vietnamese people warm. The person who is lit and keeps that flame is Imperial Duke President Quang Minh Dao. The time has come for that flame to shine. It will burn down the communist, inhuman, atheist regime in Vietnam to restore our people's really normal life in free, democratic, civilized, and theist society. We will connect the Vietnamese intestines around the world together, making a connection with the Vietnamese mother intestine. And together we will make our homeland peaceful and prosperous. Let's turn to that true Vietnamese person, Imperial Duke President Quang Minh Dao. He has been and is looking forward to working with all of us Vietnamese people to reunite, to make that miracle happen in our country.
Sạch bóng hung nô tháng vàng, chiều chiều hân hoan bầu cho xứng danh, bầu đào minh quân thương dân vì nước quên mình.
On the occasion of the 4th anniversary of the Presidential Coronation Day of Imperial Duke Đào Minh Quân as President of the Third Republic of Vietnam, on November 11, 2022, the Provisional National Government of Vietnam will organize the inauguration ceremony of the Hexagon Monument in Tổ Nghĩa Đường, 10,800 Sierra Road, Adelanto, California, 92301, USA, on November 11, 2022, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and at the Delta Hotels Garden Grove, 12,021 Harbor Boulevard, Garden Grove, California, 92840, USA, on November 12, 2022, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. It is also the gala of the Vietnamese people and military to petition Imperial Duke President Đào Minh Quân as Emperor of Vietnam. We invite our comrades, veterans, ARN allies, and Vietnamese compatriots to attend, to personally touch each name engraved on the black wall of the Hexagon Monument in memory and honor of the American heroes who died for freedom, and to attend the special event of the conference, Happy for Vietnam to have an Emperor. Please contact the organizing committee by phone number Lieutenant General Lam on area code 403-831-6672 or Brigadier General Huynh, area code 949-377-4060 or email Third Republic of Vietnam at gmail.com, that is 3RD Republic of Vietnam at gmail.com, or vptt at CPQGVNLT.com or btlcltq at gmail.com or diplomatic at CPQGVNLT.com. Please RSVP before October 11, 2022. Honor support $5,000 USD plus VIP guest $500 USD or guest $150 USD. Remark: gala attire, and we will send or email you invitation upon request confirmation. For further information, please visit the websites https://www.hexagonmonument.com or https://www.CHIENHPHUQUOCGIA.com or https://www.governmentoftheworld.net.
Tương lai Việt Nam sáng tươi, một trời hạnh phúc sống trên đường giữa thế gian. Chừng cầu dân ý, mẫu đào minh quân. Chừng cầu dân ý, mẫu đào minh quân. Chừng cầu dân ý, mẫu đào minh quân. Chừng cầu dân ý, mẫu đào minh quân.
Đào Minh Quân anh hùng cứu nguy dân Việt, quên thân mình ngày ngày chung lo việc nước. Một lời thề vì dân chiến đấu, không ngại ngùng vì nước hy sinh cho muôn đời tổ quốc quang vinh. Việt Nam Đào Minh Quân dân đang chờ ngày vui no ấm, xóa tan bao nỗi lầm than. Việt Nam đào minh quân, xây cơ đồ hồn thiên sông núi.